Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new session of Skull Session, the Greece series. Today we have a very interesting guest joining us on our show. He's an entrepreneur who spent his early life in Asia and traveled the rest of the world. He set up multiple businesses, finally came to the island of Lemnos, fell in love with the island, had a vision for the island. And since then, he's been wearing multiple hats and taking his vision forward. Today, he's got hotels in Lemnos. He's the president of Lemnos Hotel Association and a special advisor to the government, Mr. Stelios Mantzaris. Welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It is my honor.
Our pleasure too. So, just tell us a little bit about your journey, your Asia to the world and to Lemnos, and how you fell in love with the island.
The island of Lemnos is something that it's a place that it's not a very well known all around the world. For many years, even if it has a great history that goes back thousands and thousands of years. It is Lemnos Island. It is the island that has in Odyssey, and it discusses about the Philoctetes. It discusses about since the ancient mythology of Greece. We discuss about Hephaestus and his journey, his arrival on Earth. That came to Lemnos, and actually that's why Lemnos is calling us the island of innovation. It's one of the names that it has. We are located in the North Aegean region, and we are counting as the borders of Europe to Asia. It is the island that is much closer to the Asian Minor region, and we have Turkey next to us and in front of us. The island, Lemnos, it's the 8th largest island in Greece, having 17,000 permanent residents, which they're not a lot, but comparing to the island, which is quite big. But that helps very much now, especially now with the COVID-19 problems and the pact of people, and especially where the people that they are traveling around the world, they want to have an open space in front of them. They don't want to be packed as they were doing a few years ago. And the island it's very friendly, it's very open, and it helps very much with this environment that it has. So that's how I stopped there, and I anchored myself on the island from 2007, and since now I'm very happy, and I feel myself very well because I could do that. That is a very big discussion, and that is a very big thing to put in your mind, to do it for yourself first, and then for your peace in mind. This is very important for us.
Because traditionally I've seen people of your persona, right, who's accomplished so much in life and traveled around the world, normally end up choosing any of the big cities like London, Paris or Athens, right? But you chose Lemnos. Probably if you can just tell me 3 things that you fell in love with about Lemnos.
It's the energy that you get first. This is the most important thing. And as we have a discussion before about that, when you land to the island and you come out of the airplane, the first smell that it gets you straight immediately, it is the smell of thyme and oregano that is spread everywhere in the air. That makes you understand from the very, very first minute that you will reach the authenticity. And this is very important because Greece, it's a country that basically it's more well known for the old years, and for the now years it's more well known because we Greeks, we worked with that and we are trying to show it to our friends all around the world. This island, it's still on, let's say, pre-industrialized era for tourism. And that helps you very much when you can understand it the very first minute you arrive there. That's the one thing. The second thing is the energy that the island gives you. The island, it has, from the ancient years, which they have already stopped being active, they had 4 volcanoes. And that helps you very much with the energy that gives up to the environment in general. And the third thing, that is the most important thing, are the people, the locals. The locals, that they are more Greeks than any Greek other in all around the country. Because you know why? They are more with the friends, the families, the people. So that means that whoever comes in Lemnos, the first thing he understands is that he's looking for that, he's expecting for that. He's expecting for something that is authentic and it's unique and it's something that you are reaching in a place to fix your inner part of harmony. This is the most important thing for me, the 3 important things on the island.
So, how has the island of Lemnos progressed since your arrival to date?
We went very well. The island, in any case, since the time that I moved there on 2007, when we started building the hotels, the Varos Village hotel and residence, it was an island that it didn't have a lot of things to do with tourism. It has a very slow tourism section, but it has a self-efficiency on the island. What we are doing now, the last 7 years that I am also part of the Hotel Association of the island, and my colleagues there honored me to become their president for the last 7 years.
Wow.
What we have achieved, we tripled the people that they arrived on the island for vacation. And of course, the most interesting thing is, during this, it's like the chicken and the egg, when you do this kind of discussion, it's like the chicken and the egg. Who is first? Is the people or is the infrastructure? So what we did, we took over the infrastructure that existed on the island, which it was very good because the island has tourism. I can tell you that from the 50s or the 60s, from last century, they had very good tourism on the island, but it was totally different than what exactly exists now. And the last things that happened, we took over the infrastructure. We went and we worked very well to approve to ourselves and to show and improve everything to our guests that the island has many things to do. We worked with that. We are doing many things new, and we have seen things that they run very well to nowadays. It's like all the infrastructure that is needed for nowadays, it's totally different than what exactly everybody needs 20 years ago. Of course, there is a nightlife. Of course, it's an island. It's a huge island, as I told you, but that means that it has amazing beaches around. But this is just one part of the story. It's not the story itself. The infrastructure on the island, the roads, what we do for the history of our island, the discussion and the cooperation we had with our archaeology, the discussion we had with our historians, with the historians of all around the world. It's like I can tell you that we have one of the the things that only few people know, it is that Lemnos was a very important part of the Gallipoli campaign. It was the logistics and the healing. It was the base of all the army that moved to Gallipoli in 1915 on the Gallipoli campaign. And something that few people know, it is that we have, let's say for India, we have one of our cemeteries on the island. It has the names of Indian soldiers that they fought in Gallipoli during this time. And we have roads that Indian people have worked to be done as infrastructure on the island. All these things in cooperation with our colleagues, with our people, and the younger people that they want to do it, because this is a good option for them to live on a place with new future. That's exactly how we improved everything, and that's exactly what we work, and we still work. We have done every year, let's say, 21st of April, we do an Anzac Day on the island, and we invite all your ambassador in Athens. We invite the whole embassy, and they all honor us, and they come every year. And they know the island, they know the place, they come and they salute your lost people. So, as you understand, when you are reaching something that it's brand new, even if it's not new, but it's new, you know, on the idea, you can do things and you can see things and you can show things very well. The infrastructure now are very good. The hotels are very fine. The roads are perfect. Very nice local gastronomy, very good local wine and local ouzo, or we call it sipuro, because it's a strong one. And of course, the historical stuff and the historical views, I believe that it's a very nice place to come and see and visit.
So how has the pandemic impacted the tourism on the island?
I can say that it was very bad when it starts to appear. But we did something that it shows that we want to do things for our place, for our island. We gathered together, all of us. The island has one of the largest hospitals in the whole Aegean. And what we did is we gathered together, we made a very big fundraising, and we collect money to improve the facilities of the hospital. And we improved everything in a very high level, which means that that was the first thing that we thought that it could help, first of all, the locals that they live on the island, and not only the people that they will come on the island. We did this, we are very happy with that. And of course, I can say, and I'm very proud to say that totally the whole pandemic caused to the island only 9 cases.
Wow, only 9 cases. That's phenomenal.
Only 9 cases, and that was from people that they came from outside of the island. And we got them touring, last summer, and we got them the people. And of course, because we followed very well all the protocols that our ministry has given to us, and we have created a hotel, let's say, a hotel that it was leading, or whoever had something to do with the pandemic, we moved them there immediately, and we were taking care of them until the time to find out what exactly they have, if they had problems or not. We were very lucky because at the end of the day, we can say that we didn't have any loss, we didn't have anything bad. And I can tell you now that we are working very well and with continuously testing people. It's not that difficult anyway. When you have 17,000 people, 18, it's not that difficult in any case. But we work with that. And the only thing that I can say also that last year, 2020,
Mhm.
The loss of our incoming for tourism, it reached the 40% only. When
Oh.
we talk about tourism that lost all around the world, that it was dramatic. The numbers, they were dramatic. But because, as I told you before, we have a lot of repeaters. We have a lot of people that they know the place and they come, they have good time. They know that wherever they go, they will find people that they will be very close to what exactly they want to see. And we are really taking care of our clients, of our guests, because our guests are like us. You know, this is that's the difference between a very touristic place and a place that it's becoming touristic. Because for us, you are part of us. You are part of our society. You're not someone that comes only for your money, you know. So, because it's all together. So we live together, we have fun together, we eat together, we dance together. And as we discussed before, because I've lived in Asia for many years, and I have been with, especially in Indonesia, in Jakarta, I had a lot of good friends from India. Great friends from India, that we have our culture and your culture has a lot of things in common, especially on the case of humanity and people, meaning that we talk, we eat together, we can sit down, have fun together, we can drink together, we can dance, we can sing. This is very nice. I believe that this is the main story of what exactly you search when you go out somewhere in the world, to find some days to recover from what exactly you've lived the rest of the year, you know. And with the pandemic, we can say that it was not that bad. It was something that caused only troubles to our mind because of the lockdowns, because of everything, you know, because, you know, I have a lot of friends on the island, old people, separate, that they don't understand why they have to stay at home, you know, they have to be locked down, because they say with us it's only the goats and the ships, you know, nothing else. I mean, who's going to have COVID-19 here with all this? They don't understand it. Yeah. And I can tell you to discuss about this with all our friends, that they will see us on TV. It's very funny to have people that they don't understand these stories, and they come to you and they say, why that thing happened? Why they lock me in? It's because they don't go to you, but they go to everybody, you know, because, yeah, but my life is totally different than what exactly you live in Athens, or you live in Delhi, or you live in wherever in the world, you know, but it's fine. Yeah, this is story. This is exactly what happens. And we all hope that somehow it will end up.
We can say 9 cases, great infrastructure, wonderful people, today makes Lemnos a safe destination to travel to. Mama,
yes.
Can we sign off on that? Yeah, perfect. So, if anyone is going to travel down from India, is Athens the only gateway into Lemnos, or can they fly in from other destinations like Istanbul or any other capital cities close by?
What we are doing for this year, for 2021, because we are operating, and I put my other hat as the advisor of the governor. We are working with the idea for next year, 2022, to do some amazing moves with flights straight from 7 different countries. That means that straight flights to not only to Lemnos, but to all the islands of our region. And you know, there is the, how they call it, it's the law of the 4.5 hours on touring, which means that the longest flight that you can have, the straight flight, it cannot be more exceed of 4.5 hours. This is something that if you just step nail on the island or on its location, and you just make a circle around, you can understand where exactly that story can come to you. So for now, for this year, we have Athens. The island has one of the largest runways in Balkans, and it can accept the largest aircrafts that you can imagine. And but for now, we have 4 flights a day from Athens, which means that you can come to Athens, and from Athens you fly straight to the island. And it has 2 flights a day from Thessaloniki, which is, it's the second largest city in Greece. And of course, it has a connection with boats that comes from Athens, that comes from Piraeus, comes from the mainland, which is 3 hours from the mainland. And actually, the area all around, it's a very nice area to go and visit, because it's more clean and clear than everything else that you can see all around Greece. I cannot say that we are very happy with what exactly exists now, but I can tell you that now we work really hard to do not only with 2 positions, because we have a lot of charter flights, of course, coming from the Scandinavia and coming from Germany, coming from wherever. But that's why we have agreed with our governor to work on a project that for next year we will have connection with 7 different countries, which means that it's not necessary to come only to Greece. You can go to France and get from Paris and come straight to Lemnos from Paris, or you can come straight from England to Lemnos, or you can come from Munich to Lemnos. You know what I mean? So this is something that we work on, and this I have put it as my priority to do it for next year. This has to be done. This has to be done.
So by when do you think Greece will open up for the international market?
You know what? Greece is in the European community, so we have to follow somehow and the way that all markets open here in Europe, meaning that we are working now on the idea of how to redo the protocols that they allow us last year to open. We are working really hard to do that more accessible to the people, more good to the customers and the clients that they want to fly from all around the world and they visit Greece. And I believe very much that probably after April, everything will be open. In any case, from our side, we want this to happen. But first of all, my dearest Arun, our main concern of all the hoteliers and the people that are involved with tourism in Greece, it is our guests, the people that they will come to feel and be safe. But except of that, it is very, very important for us as well, the people that they work on this section to feel and be safe. It's very important, because otherwise, I am working, I have a lot of people working for me. I know these people one by one. I know their names, I know their families, I know who they are, and especially in small societies and communities, you know everybody, so you are responsible for them. And at the same time, you're responsible for your guests. So let's see how we will go. We will be open the time that it's needed, but the time that is needed, be sure, and you and all the people that they will look on what we discussed, that it will be much better than before. Because now we need to be free and safe, and it's all together. That's exactly what the island offers, so we are taking the advantage of that.
While EU is going to set certain protocols, so will the state of Greece. Is your association planning to implement any special protocols on top of that?
I will tell you what, the protocols that the ministry has announced last year, they were very strict. They were not for fun, and they were very strict, and it was because the people, it's as I told you, it's no need to do more things. It's your private responsibility from each one of us. You know what I mean? It's our private responsibility as a company, because our concern has to do with our job, and the job that we do has to do with hospitalizing and having fun with people that they come to live well. So we are taking care of them. You know what I mean? We don't need to have more on top of what exactly exists on the protocols, but we have only to follow this and go with the same nice and decent way to do things running well.
So what is the best time for Indian travelers to visit Lemnos?
This is a good discussion that we can say, and we can say, I can tell you that you can visit and be my guest anytime you want during the whole year. You will love it for sure. Let me tell you a few things to understand. The island itself, because as I explained to you from the very first beginning, it is a very nice and still very pure place. It helps very much everybody to see and understand the 4 seasons of the year, which means that now it's winter, it's snowing, it's very nice, it can be a very nice winter destination, but I can tell you that starting from April, and then when the environment started to change, it started spring, it's really nice. So April until in the summer, you have a very nice, it's not that hot because we are on the north part of Greece. And because we have a very good wind that comes from the northeast, which is the Dardanelles, and it comes down to the island. So it gives a very good breeze all summer, meaning that in the summer, we don't have more than 30 degrees hot, which is okay. You can go for a swim, or you can do whatever you like during summer, where during the summer, it's the Greek season. It's the Greek season. It's the season that you have everything in front of you. You just go out and you live outside. You live in places, in open terraces. You live next to the water. You can see everything you want. And so summer lasts until September, end of September. October, it started the fall. But the fall on these islands, they are not that as heavy as it can be anywhere else, because it's still breezing. The weather, it's not that hot. It's probably 23, 25 degrees. So it's fine. You can be well, you can still stay outside at night. And October, to tell you the truth, in October, because we have the harvest. August, September, October, we have the harvest of the grapes. The whole island is full of vineyards, so we do the harvest. We do the harvest for our things that we use for ourselves, the products that we use for ourselves. Everybody who comes he's becoming part of this whole story. And of course, you know how that goes. Then we produce the ouzo. The ouzo, you know what ouzo is?
No, if you can put some light on ouzo.
Ouzo, it is one of the best. It tastes like pastis. These French, the liquor.
Yes.
Especially, the special taste that it has comes from the anise, from the anise seed. So we do that by distilling grapes, and that gives you a very nice alcohol, which you add on top the anise seed. And at the end, of course, in this procedure, we put also some more things like pure honey. We put apples, we put figs on that, and it does the distillery all together, and it comes out on a very unique product that it's very nice, but it's very strong. It's good because that is a procedure that you do it together with music, with dance, with everything. So that is September, October. November, it's still the same. And of course, because of the thermal spa and everything, you can have it during this time. It's really nice to be part of the local culture. These are the best time for me to come to Lemnos. As I told you, it's from March, April until October, end of October, which is a quite big period. But it's a period that helps you well, makes you well, feeling well. You can walk, you can go out, you can go into the calderas of the old volcanoes. You can step on that. It's really nice. You can go and visit all the, let's say, the religious places or the ancient places. So it's fine. I think that this is nice. This is okay.
Oh, interesting. So, what are the 3 dishes that an Indian should look forward to while he's coming to Lemnos that he should try?
You must try the local vegetables, because the local vegetables has to do with the soil. As a volcanic place, the soil produces very big acidity to the products, and they have a great, unbelievable smell. So you have to try first the local vegetables, comparing all together and making with feta cheese that we produce on the island, because the island has a huge agro environment with more than 1.5 million sheep on the island, and cows and goats and everything. So you try this, you make a Greek salad with an amazing feta cheese on top and oregano that comes from, you just take it, you just grab it down from the ground and you do it. It's amazing. A lot of people, they come and they try this one. And of course, at the end, you add also a little bit of melichloro. Melichloro is the word combined of meli, which is honey, chloro, which means fresh. And it is the cheese that they call it melichloro, fresh honey, because when they do this, they cover it on top with honey, and they leave it like that, and it dries in the air, which is amazing. We have a local pasta. We call it flomari.
Okay.
Flomari, and one of the best dishes that you can have. Of course, this is not something that we do it now, because when we discuss about flomari, my wife's grandmother, she was producing flomari in her house for the kids. You know, they were doing by themselves, and it's like all around the world, the people, they were producing things that they had in their garden. So that is by taking the milk from the goats and the sheep, and they were doing this kind of thing, very nice. And flomari is a pasta that you combine it with different things. The local variety is more into the idea of doing flomari with rooster, local rooster. Oh, this is very nice. It's top, and of course with fresh tomato sauce on top, amazing, with herbs and the third thing that you have to try is you have to try the fish on the grill with olive oil on top, with lemon, and that's it. This is the best summer food you can have in your life. And of course, Lemnos, it is in the area where it has It's open all around, and it has the entrance from the Dardanelles. It has on top the. It's a very strategic place for fishes, so you can have the best fish you can have in your life there. So 3. I can tell you 23, but let's keep that and let's continue with what we discussed now.
Yeah, so I will leave that for the audience to discover.
The rest on the island.
Yes. So before we sign off this interview, what is your message to all the travel agents and the Indian tourists looking forward to come to Lemnos? What would be your message to them?
We will be very happy to have you all with us. We invite all of you to come and see and understand a different way of living in Greece. Different than what you have in mind when you discuss about these noisy places that you will have, and these that you can do that also, but you can do it on a much clear way and more better, with more better option for you and for the future that you have with your kids and your family and your friends. This is the most important thing. And I believe very much that not only the Indian people, but everybody all around the world, further on after this COVID-19 era, they will love to have it in their lives. So be our guests.
Thank you very much. That was quite an insightful session. And we are all looking forward to visiting Lemnos and especially meeting you as well. I hope all the viewers will also do the same. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. And my warmest regards to all our friends in India.
Thank you.